Hello, everybody. That took a
Hey,
bit more than
hey,
expected.
it's still not live.
What?
You just gotta give it a refresher too.
I did.
What baby?
Wait. Oh, yeah, no, we're here now. Sorry to interrupt the intro. You can go ahead. You can go again.
It was like, hello, everybody. Welcome, one and all you lovely little people here. It is I, it is I, host Valerie, joined by co-host CJ. New special Nate will be here in a bit, our resident narrator. But we're joined by a new special host who'll be debating for Memphis, Tennessee. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Somebody stop me. I'm smoking the track. I'll giggity Lois and make more Sons of the Mask.
God damn it.
that
I can't.
makes two. That makes two intros I've ruined with that joke.
I can't.
Oh, gosh.
I can't. I can't escape it.
I can't control it.
I can't
You will
control
never
it much
escape it.
longer.
You will never escape.
All right, but yes, welcome.
Yeah.
Anyway, wait, why am I debating
Uh,
Memphis, Tennessee? I'm not the Sonic guy.
Well, simple. Rosalina's on my Rosalina's on my kin list, and also to subvert expectations, I am Valerie, debating for Rosalina.
Oh, wait, no. There we go. Yep. And I did play Shadow Generations, and the best part of it was the MEPHILES boss fight. So you know what? I'm gaming. I'm chilling.
here to make banter and think about stuff, and then I guess we'll see if I get harassed by chat again. But we're gonna see what happens.
We're gonna see. But first things first, we gotta post this. I gotta. Yes. Also, hello, Cypher. Welcome in. Where's the share? Okay, there it is. But, do we want to get started, everybody?
Suppose.
So go ahead.
Alright, I guess I will make my opening statements. Rosalina, Mother of the Lumas. She is the strongest character in the Mario universe. And she watches over all the Lumas. What are Lumas? Lumas are baby power
She's not
stars.
the main character. How is she the strongest?
It's simple. She is consistently shown throughout multiple spin-off games and even in Mario Galaxy to be like somewhat of a cosmic being. Much more, and the fact that she has fought Bowser before and presumably won that fight. More than that, it's also shown multiple times that she can just do things that Mario can't. Like when the universe, or I guess in a better term of events, Mario's entire cosmology was being destroyed, similar to Sonic's with the whole Solaris thing. And with her and her Lumas, she was able to restore it. But let's talk a little bit about the Lumas. The Lumas are baby power stars. We know what the power stars are. They grant Mario invincibility. They can power like the Mushroom Kingdom and all that good great jazz.
They power a giant cosmic ship in the second Galaxy game.
Exactly. Lumas can also create galaxies, and it's also shown that like just power stars and Lumas are able to just shift their world with ease. Rosalina herself is no pushover. Even without her Lumas, she can control space and time, and she also has access to every Mario power-up, which gives her a plethora of abilities and options, such as stopping time, freezing, like elemental manipulation, and all of the neat little stuff that comes with using the Mario power-ups.
Or turn into like a cat or something if you wanted to do that.
That is also right, Jay Taquito. Thank you for bringing that up. in Mario plus Rabbids 2, she was also considered by Nintendo to be too powerful as a playable character. And
Those games have no right being as good as they are.
They really don't. They're really fucking good for no reason.
Good.
I've only played the demos, and I want to play the full version of both games.
I'm gonna play them at some point, but I'm hearing that they're actually really good for some reason.
As you may ask, why is this important? Isn't Sonic's cosmology bigger? And to that I say, well, no. There are several statements and several things, especially when it comes to dreams in the Mario universe, that put it similarly, if not on par with Sonic's multiverse and cosmology in many regards, and they even have similar, if not same, dimensional scaling. Also,
yeah, it's... Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
I don't know what's happening right now. There's a bug on my leg! Get off my leg! Anyways.
I guess my closing statement for Rosalina specifically is Rosalina herself, or actually I guess no closing statement yet because I haven't even talked about speed yet. Rosalina is able to just warp around the place, although you could say it's just from teleportation or reality manipulating. She can just sort of instantly appear places. And with her control over space and time, I would like to argue that she could technically be immeasurable, since time wouldn't matter to her as a concept.
She was just, like, perfectly moving just fine when all of space and time was being erased by that black hole in Galaxy.
That is a fair point. Thank you for that.
But then again, so was Mario, but, like, that could also be argued as Mario being...
It could.
It's weird to think about.
But it's more so consistent for Rosalina and her. So I think that I think Rosalina just has more abilities, and onto MEPHILES himself. MEPHILES as a character, although is very complex and intelligent, also has shown that he is very tunnel visioned a lot of the time in his goals, which could also lead to a, well, very swift end.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that is true.
Alright. Alright, now to talk about Memphis, Tennessee. Hold on, I just got a ping that I have to check. Oh, it's... Alright, anyway. Solaris, the sun god. One of the most powerful... This is for the fucking backstory, my guy. I'm talking about his backstory. Let me talk about his backstory. His backstory starts with Solaris. Okay. Solaris, the sun god, one of the most powerful beings in all the realms. However, it would be split in half. The power of Solaris was thus called Iblis. It would be sealed away inside of a cat girl. She will be, like, kind of relevant later. But the intelligence of Solaris, the mind, would be reincarnated as MEPHILES the Dark. MEPHILES is an incredible genius and basically exists throughout all of time. He's got, like, Doctor Who situation where you gotta erase him from all of time in order to actually do any real damage to him. He can disguise himself as, like, a copy of Shadow, a pretty poor one, but, yeah, you know. And even though his power was cut in half, he was still more than a match for the likes of basically all of the Sonic cats, especially Shadow, and he even killed Sonic.
Who does that? Like, who does that, man? How do you kill Sonic?
Fucking Memphis, Tennessee, over here. He has a shitload of abilities. I looked on Versus Wiki and I saw the word aura and brain rot.
It's like you were reading that whole pressure off the. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know you weren't.
He can, of course, shoot out energy. He has general darkness manipulation. He can come out of your shadow, and essentially, if shadows exist, he can come out of it and attack you with it. But probably his favorite move, and his most spammable, the one that he uses the most, is his ability to create shadow minions and shadow clones of either himself or little goober guys. Eventually, he would be fused again with Iblis and created Solaris. Sorry, hold on, catching my breath. Solaris had the power and was going to destroy the entire Sonic multiverse, which is infinite in size. Thanks, Tails Tube. Yes, that's like the main thing that confirms that. And it took the combined power of 3 super forms in order to take him out. And super forms are fast as all hell. Like, in Sonic Rush, a game that came out before 06, they were flying to other universes. But that's not all. Cause after being defeated, Fraud Eater or Lean Eater, pick your choice. What's a Time Eater? That's not his name. He was eating away all of time, and Sonic in base form running was more than capable of restoring time. That is literally incalculable. And MEPHILES was such a danger to the Time Eater that instead of being locked behind 3 keys for him to be freed, he was locked behind 4, which isn't honestly all that relevant, but it's really cool design detail. And he was literally shoved away. The Fraud Eater over there had to shove this man away. And the second that Shadow the Hedgehog entered his realm, because he was erased from all of time, as he should have, because 06 was awful.
Hey, MEPHILES is cool though.
Yeah, MEPHILES is cool. The second that he had the opportunity, he immediately jumped Shadow. He tried his best, but ultimately he would not be freed. For there is no place where MEPHILES belongs in the time stream. Anyway, I probably could have done a lot better, but if you didn't catch that versus-wise, infinite multiversal and incalculable.
Alright, Christopher Nolan.
Joke's on you, I don't get that reference.
I can tell. Okay, I'm just kidding. But
Okay,
so what we've established is that both of them are strong as fuck, and also as fuck, and can do crazy shit on a universal cosmolic scale, if you will. What else we got? We got anything else we can talk about in terms of this?
All right, big thing. How the fuck is Rosalina supposed to kill Memphis, Tennessee? Because like, this man's regeneration is crazy. He can come back. He was erased from all of time, and even that kinda didn't work on him. So how is Rosalina supposed to like actually kill him?
He only came back in the Shadow Generations because the Time Eater fucked everything up. So
you mean Lean Eater or Fraud Eater? I like switch between the two. Yeah, if you don't know, I absolutely despise Sonic Generations, and Lean Eater over there was the only joy I got from that game was like making fun of Time Eater.
All right, so I do have a rebuttal for this. So, in the boss fight against Solaris, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver represented the past, present, and future, physically, and that's how they were able to defeat and ultimately destroy Solaris initially. So if all you need to do is represent all of time, Rosalina would be more than capable of being able to damage Solaris. since her control of space and time would allow her to do that. Not only that, not only that, she is not only equal in speed, but she also just has a lot more useful abilities. Due to the whole Mario power-up thing, her abilities would also just be a lot more instant. Even if she was knocked out of set abilities, since much weaker foes could do that, the same could be technically argued for MEPHILES, and more so than that, we know MEPHILES and Solaris are susceptible to time-based abilities.
Alright, I have a bit of a counter-argument. All of MEPHILES' abilities are like on person, and he can use them all at any time. While with ROSALINA, even if she can swap between them extremely fast, given the fact that they're equal in speed, that's not super relevant. She has to like consciously choose which power-up to choose. And not to mention the fact like she was only playable in 3D World, which is like the only game that has where she's in that she's playable and she can equip power-ups.
There's
I don't know if
kart
every
racing
single
games.
one. Oh yeah, the kart racers. Well, even then, it's like not super.
That is another. I want to piggyback off of seeing what Cypher Ultra King Sonic has mentioned in chat. That yes, in the fight against Solaris, all three hedgehogs, being Sonic, Silver, and Shadow, did have to go to their own separate timelines to take care of them. So how is she gonna deal with all that?
Like,
Well,
yeah, she only exists in like one time at a time. She's not.
Rather simply. So the Chaos Emeralds are able, so as we know, at the end of the fight, the Chaos Emeralds are able to revert and restore Solaris' damage. The Lumas can do the same. The Luma,
Yeah,
and
but
considering the fact that there is a much more of a quantity of Lumas over the Chaos Emeralds, it would be much easier for her to contain Solaris in a single point of time, rather than fighting him at all points in time at once. Although it is something she is completely capable of doing.
I don't remember any like instance of Rosa existing across all of time. Like, yes, they can like soft lock the one that's like currently in the present, but what are they gonna do about the one that was like 10 hours ago? And here's another thing, another big advantage. Like, let's say, hypothetically, ROSALINA can harm Solaris and MEPHILES across all of time at once. Let's just say that she can. MEPHILES can come back from your shadow, and no matter how bright a light is, you cannot actually get rid of your shadow unless it's literally everywhere. And even then, MEPHILES was also capable of manipulating the light of the Chaos Emeralds. So, similar enough power? Something like that. I read it off Versus Wiki. Don't judge me too much. Hold on, what does it say again?
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
It's the Obama clip. You mean the
You-
Chaos Emeralds?
Use a Chaos Emerald to blind Sonic and Elise. There you go. He can, like, vaguely manipulate light from the Chaos Emeralds.
I do
Like,
forget
yeah.
about that. That's why Sonic, for some reason, Sonic decided to stand there and like, it's too bright. There's no danger around here. It's just really bright. I'm pretty sure there's nothing gonna.
Also, so I'm gonna piggyback off of this because Jay brought this up in chat. ROSALINA does have access to the Double Cherry, which will allow her to, well, duplicate herself multiple times over, thus allowing her to mimic what Sonic, Shadow, and Silver did. And considering ROSALINA's much more vast array of power, and the fact that she does have access to Lumas and by proxy Power Stars, it would be a lot easier for her to just manipulate the fight in her favor.
I have a counter for this. The Double Cherries act more like Naruto shadow clones than like hard light copies. Meanwhile, MEPHILES' cloning again, not only is it completely unlimited and he spams it a shit ton, but they're all. I know, like, the main ones, like, it's implied that they're weaker than main MEPHILES, but not, like, by that much. So in terms of the cloning game, MEPHILES got it, because his clones aren't going out by, like, being scratched by a paperclip.
I gotta think about this.
Yo, what's up, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh, there's the narrator.
There's Nate, the narrator himself. Welcome in, Nate.
Narrator Nate, man. Yeah, he's a little shy. Just give him a second, fellas. He usually eases into these things.
I won't deny that ROSALINA has, like, a much wider arsenal. But I feel like MEPHILES is just... the way that you kill him is just so specific. It's like some Doctor Who type shit. And the way... even after that, he can still come back from ROSALINA's shadow. And ROSALINA's, like, not the type of person to, like, destroy the entire universe to beat one guy.
Pig Pony Club.
Yo, what's up, Sonic?
What I
no longer nervous.
There is Sonic the Hedgehog himself. Rosalina herself is not an idiot. She's very she can very much find the way to basically to defeat him, and even if she is unwilling to destroy the universe, Solaris already is, and the Lumas would be able to just restore it. More so than that, with her main power set, even removing the power-ups thing, would be able to mimic / recreate the way Solaris was defeated in the first place. God.
Yeah, but
True.
here's another thing.
There's a fucking comment that I'm laughing at.
Wait, I haven't been reading chat much. Keep your hands off my children.
Oh, with a Power Star amp white Tanuki. That's insane.
That is another thing to bring up. Lumas are much weaker compared to Power Stars because they are the baby form of them. And ROSALINA has essentially an endless supply of Power Stars to keep pulling from.
Wow. Wow, ROSALINA, you're a terrible mother. Sending your children to fight... sending your children to fight wars? Wow, what a terrible mother.
Don't cut out midpoint now. Let's not do that.
Did I cut out midpoint? How much of that did you hear?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
That's a good question, Taquito.
We're talking about... this is Sonic, by the way. It's not Nate anymore. It's just straight up Sonic. So...
I also want to point out
that is a great
that
question.
I also want to point out that MEPHILES can send other people across time. So even if ROSALINA like goes to the past, present and future, what's stopping the present and the past MEPHILES from just shoving her into the future?
Well, are we believing in multiverse theory, or is it just a straight string?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Sonic lore? I don't even know that myself.
Well, I'm not just talking about on Sonic. I'm talking about for this fight, because if it's multiverse theory, then there's infinite amounts of either character. Meaning that if one person goes to the past, it doesn't matter what they do because that person's still gonna be there. But if it's just a straight string, the easiest way to take out ROSALINA would honestly be go to the past and murder child ROSALINA.
Well, see, I think here's the thing. I think at that point, because like this is like an establishing if Solaris is already out, which at that point, like quite literally the entire like cosmology and the cosmic universe is like destroyed because that's just what Solaris wants and what he will do whenever he comes out. So I think at that point there is just like there is nothing else besides the straight line of nothingness that might be left from it.
Oh, another thing. I want to quickly address the one-ups shit.
Damn, I was gonna bring that up.
Yes, Rosalina can have up to like 999 extra lives, which yes are canon, and that's
crown, motherfucker. What do you mean? I'm just kidding. Anyways.
But there is not a whole lot stopping MEPHILES from just going back to when she was a child, and then a spike to the forehead. Then there's no reason to assume that she'd have more than one life. Then.
Okay, so this one's an interesting one because, and somebody in the comments brought this up, but time works really weird in Mario, cause the baby characters can have existed simultaneously with the main cast in multiple occasions from just time shenanigans, and there's just been like weird points like Bowser's time traveling shenanigans where it isn't like a weird point where if you were to kill one of the baby characters, it wouldn't affect their present.
That is very true, actually. Because we got. I love Mario and Luigi partners in time for this exact reason. Anyways, so partners in time. We're gonna go off a detour. At least I am. So partners in time starts off with shrooms taking over the Mushroom Kingdom and Peach's Castle like that in the past. And even though everyone, including Baby Bowser and all that, gets like taken care of, quote unquote taken care of, and then basically captured to do other stuff. Even in the present timeline, Mario and Luigi are still there chilling, and they're waiting for Princess Peach to come back on their time machine. And then, all the time guys respawn and all that.
Okay, so we're looking at multiverse theory.
Well, I'm saying this, we're just talking about, I'm trying to, in reference to how the Mario timeline works and how Rosalina can affect that, because she can just talk to her baby self, apparently, in Mario Kart for some reason. Like, I'm gonna go, hey, baby version of me, I hope you don't mind if I super feather over you and get in first place. That's a blue scout.
It's also implied in Mario Galaxy that time doesn't really affect Rosalina.
This is true.
There's a lot of points to back this up.
I want to like quickly acknowledge something that Taquito has said, and like I've generally seen a lot. Listen, MEPHILES is supposed to be like this super genius. The reason why his plan is so stupid and full of plot holes is because of the writers. The writers. Because of the fucking writers.
Sonic 06 is a bad game, we know this.
Although I don't think MEPHILES would quite comprehend the concept of the whole one-ups thing. Over time he might get it, but I don't think he would get it faster than how Rosalina would just understand how Solaris works.
Has Rosalina ever been really like described as a genius? Like, I know she's not incompetent or anything, but MEPHILES is like MEPHILES is literally the mind of an eldritch god.
Okay, so in Mario Galaxy, when the universe is being reset, she is not only aware of it, she mentions that this is not the first time that this has happened. So she has cosmic knowledge.
It's kind of okay. I'm not gonna lie, Valerie. It doesn't take a genius to understand that the universe is being destroyed when fucking look around you. Mario and Rosalina
I'm gonna put a pause right there, big guy.
Look at this white void that became the universe and be like, oh, I guess the universe was just went bye-bye.
Hold on, let me finish my point, because I also...
She's not only pointing out the fact that it is being destroyed, it's the fact that she's pointing out that this has happened before, thus meaning that she has lived through not one, not two, but multiple times that this was happening. Meaning that she has knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge,
Not really.
putting her up
that's
there
not really
as a genius.
That's not really a multiplication thing. That's just like figuring out the obvious multiple times.
No,
Like, hey,
because if she didn't know it for a fact, she couldn't say, "Oh, this has happened so many times before."
I think he's trying to bring up the point that she's aware that this has happened and that knowledge has stayed with her despite the fact the universe.
Yeah. If I burn myself on an okay, let's do a quick little hypothetical. If I like burn myself in an oven, I'm like, ow, that hurts. I shouldn't do that again. Let's say I do that again, and I'm like, ah, damn it, I did it again. That doesn't make me any more smart or aware of the fact that I'm.
We're talking about the situation in which you reset something that you shouldn't remember.
What reason would she not
For
have
example,
to
the
remember
Sonic
it?
characters not knowing what 06 is, but them referencing it multiple times.
Also, hi, Sack. What's up?
That is another point. She also did build the observatory herself in both games. So she's not.
Well,
She is intelligent. She's not cunning intelligent, like to manipulate people, but in the But this is now just getting into the book smart versus street smarts thing.
yeah. Okay. I had a point, but then I just want to say it is MEPHILES is way better at understanding super cosmic shit well before ROSALINA. Like I said in Shadow Generations, really good game. Wouldn't call it peak, but it's really good. The instant that he saw an opportunity to leave the time stream, he understood the situation and immediately went for it. No like aura farming, no nothing. He just immediately was like, alright, here's my spear thing. I'm tossing it at this edgelord. I love Shadow, by the way. I love that fucking boss fight so much. And it helps me with my point, because it just shows that MEPHILES is way easier at like dealing with the unpredictable than ROSALINA. Not saying that she wouldn't eventually figure out MEPHILES' deal, but it doesn't take a genius to understand that ROSALINA can just come back from death and there's probably a limit. Especially from MEPHILES, who can just assume things without any evidence. And yeah.
Okay, but my ultimate question is, would he know how to do it fast enough before ROSALINA could figure out his deal?
Well, even if ROSALINA figures out MEPHILES' deal, she's probably already lost a decent amount of lives, and now she has to, across all of time and space, has to kill Solaris multiple times at the same time. Because if she's out of sync for even a second, then bye-bye. So by the time that she's figured out MEPHILES' deal, he'd have already figured out ROSALINA's deal, and thus would be much closer to victory than ROSALINA.
This just sounds like a Death Note thing right now. All of a sudden, like, ugh, I gotta figure him out. But before he figures me out, oh wait, he's already figured me out, but I'll figure him out. Yeah, now
Somebody in the comments brought that up. It's like, just brought this up. It just became who has more cosmic awareness of cosmic anomalies.
Yeah, and MEPHILES, ROSALINA used to be fucking human. MEPHILES has been in this god game since day one.
To be fair, when you live as long as ROSALINA, how many universes has she lived through? Because, again, she brings it up that not only is this not the first time, this is one of many, many times she has witnessed the entirety of Mario's cosmology just reset itself.
Okay, so can I get like the exact quote on that? Because like the wording seems very vague.
Is she the one that reset it, or not?
The black hole reset it, but let me pull up the cutscene real quick because I sent it to Nate.
Can I just
yeah,
have the
you
exact
know,
quote she said when she was like, "Oh, this happened multiple times."
I'm pulling it up. I'm grabbing the video.
We're grabbing the tape, fellas.
I'm grabbing the tape. Thank God Mario Galaxy has dialogue boxes.
Don't touch that dial, folks.
Yeah. Light versus Columbo match. No,
Okay.
this matchup is actually better than that one. I was about to say it's good, but like I don't know.
I think it's because of the fact we went to the I gotta figure them out before they figure me out, but they're figuring me out as I figure them out. So...
Then that's not Light versus Columbo. That's just Death Note.
That's why I brought it up earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And ultimately,
Elle and Light standing next to in front of each other, hand
Okay.
on shin, scratching head.
Her exact quote to quote the entire thing is, "Do you hear the baby stars? These newborns will grow up to become galaxies someday. When stars die, they turn into stardust and scatter across the cosmos. Eventually, the stardust reforms to create a new star, and so the cycle of life continues. But the cycle never repeats itself quite in the same way."
Actually,
Referring
Shut
to
up.
the fact
in
that she has,
quite the
that she
same
has
way.
seen it multiple times and she has seen the small differences in each time that the universe is reset.
Oh, you should have brought that up. Like that does make her pretty cosmically aware. I would say that like immediately figuring out how to restore yourself to a timeline is a bit more impressive intelligence wise. Because like he had like nothing to base that off of, but he was absolutely correct. That's just how cosmically aware MEPHILES is. I was actually thinking about MEPHILES versus Vanitas from Kingdom Hearts. Thank you! I love that matchup. Well, I don't love it. I really like it, though. It's really cool.
That's pretty neat.
It is neat, but
It'd be like hitting the Sonic versus Mario stuff, though.
Yeah, well, it's time for Mario vs. Sonic. That always goes well.
MEPHILES is a lightweight mate. Thank you, Sack, for your...
MEPHILES may be cosmically aware, but he's not aware about his limits when it comes to alcohol.
The idea of MEPHILES being a lightweight is really funny. You know what? If this was a drinking contest, I just throw my hat and I just like wave the white flag right now.
I 100%
That's too funny.
I 100% see Rosalina as a wine mom. I'm not gonna lie to you.
She would drink wine just for the fun of it.
Now, what if... I'm assuming, like, have we been talking about this whole time about Rosalina and doing this stuff without even mentioning the Grand Star?
That is true. Grand Stars are just massive, but Power Stars and Grand Stars are just more powerful Power Stars. But that does bring up the point that through the constant evolution of Lumas and the fact that they keep getting more powerful, it's not too uncommon to say that eventually she would be able to surpass and survive a lot of MEPHILES' attacks. And this is
Alright,
also
here's
even
the thing-
assuming MEPHILES one-shots a life in the first place, because of how many lives there are, this would also mean MEPHILES and Solaris have to think about, or she would have a lot more time if they can't if he cannot kill her instantaneously, then he's going to take a lot longer to understand the multiple lives thing. And considering the
I
fact that they're thinking
suppose-
one strength, they're...
But someone brought this up earlier. Apparently, Solaris also has a thing where he can increase his strength. I don't really know how.
Are you talking
how
about
much.
the Phoenix mode when his phase 2?
Maybe.
He does.
I haven't played
he
O6.
has multiple transformations.
All right, there you go.
I just wanted to be, I want to be that guy.
This-
Of course,
he-
MEPHILES can one-shot lives. For example, take the clip of him literally just shanking Sonic one time.
This is I feel like it's an interesting thing to bring up because this is like fuck, I'm forgetting math terms. But
Math
A
terms.
vet-
Go
but
on. What do you?
Solaris's transformation, although it does make him stronger, he only has the one, and it's an evolution over time. In comparison, Power Stars and Grand Stars are far more plentiful and do the same thing, but at a much faster rate.
Here's a
Think
okay.
like his
Here's
power
another
is
thing.
multiplied by some over a small, like a small amount of time.
I have a counter argument. MEPHILES is cloning. That's like not something that I've really. I like brought it up a couple times, but again, he loves to spam that shit. And each clone is as powerful as himself.
In a
Around that, I would say. I would
Versus-
say that there might are they determined to be as powerful as him? I remember Shadow one-shotting them fairly easily when he played.
Yeah, well, that was weakened. Yeah.
I guess I think I was saying that's gameplay mechanic wise. I guess.
Yeah, the gameplay mechanic wise.
But yeah, what about his clones? Do you have anything else you want to add on to it?
I don't know. I think I said most things that I wanted to say. Oh, wait, no, I have the perfect way to. Hold on.
You have the perfect way to hold on. Congrats. Takes a little bit to do that.
Shut the fuck up.
So proud of you.
My grip strength ain't that good either. It's okay.
All right. All right. In the fucking Archie comics, he
Archie
has
isn't
reality
canon.
warping. Shut the fuck up.
We don't talk about that.
I'm doing my joke point. In the Archie
joke
comic,
point, oh.
he's saying he has fucking reality warping, and you want to know what else he has? He has power mimicry, which means that he can just copy everything Rosalina has. And extra thing, a friend of mine just said, "Oh, MEPHILES Somps." So what can you really counter argument about
alright,
that?
rebuttal?
Okay.
Nuh-uh. And Rosalina
shit.
Rosalina's far more relevant.
Counter argument: Ken Penders.
Ah, fuck.
No.
You can't escape.
Not Ken Penders.
I have no fucking.
By the way,
clue.
You should check chat.
I see. I should make
Rosalie-
you... Hold on.
Rosalina wins because she's taller. No. Have you seen the fucking size of Solaris? That motherfucker's a kaiju. If we're talking height game, I think both can just make themselves as big as Infinity.
What about the time when, right after the universe was, or the whole cosmology was destroyed, and Mario was flying in space, and then Rosalina's big woman? What about that?
Rosalina does have size manipulation. She can change her size at will.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
you
you see her
Did you not hear the part where I just said that they could both go
in
to as big
multiple
as big?
sizes without the Mega Mushroom.
No, I didn't hear you say both. I thought you were talking about MEPHILES for the most part, or Solaris, I should say.
Well, that is a good point.
It's like neither of them are going to be bigger than the other. They're both just going to keep changing their size, so...
Yeah.
That's all of our main points, right?
I have one more thing, but it's a little weirder.
Is it canon?
Well, go ahead.
It's less canon and more just semantics. I don't know entirely how much of a game changer this is, but essentially just an idea I thought of. So Rosalina hasn't been around literally forever. She's been around a long time. But she was a human at first. In fact, she is still human. She did age into being Rosalina. She doesn't start out as this cosmic goddess. MEPHILES, on the other hand, has existed forever. Like, forever ever. So, how would ROSALINA be able to go back in time to a time point where she didn't exist?
I feel
Like, I know Mario characters have gone back in time and like interacted with their past selves.
So I could bring this up in an interesting point. Considering the fact ROSALINA has lived through like multiple realities being changed, shifted, and just the entirety of their multiverse being reset, I think since we don't know how long that is, it's kind of a moot point since both can theoretically just be as old as each other.
I guess. I'm just saying that, like, again, I just personally think that in terms of being an omnipotent god with knowledge of everything, MEPHILES just has more impressive showings of that, and has generally been around. Like most, you can generally assume that he's been around longer, at least as a god. And he just has such a specific way to like be killed. Plus, his regeneration via just coming out of your shadow is also a big thing. He's just a lot harder to kill versus compared to ROSALINA, who is just hit her really hard. Again, so yeah, I guess that's my final say.
I don't really have anything else to add or retort. I feel like we've been over the big major points. I still think due to their similar stat nature, it's going to be a little difficult to understand the deaths thing immediately. And both having cosmic awareness means it's just a matter of who figures it out first.
Fair.
Again, like I said, good old Memphis, Tennessee is able to like instantly understand higher cosmic things. Or is it versus ROSALINA, who, I mean, maybe she hasn't. ROSALINA has not been in that many Mario games. So ultimately, well,
Galaxy
even as
1,
MEPHILES,
Galaxy
so
2,
like
3D World, every Mario Kart and Mario Party since, including Wii.
Oh no, she hasn't been in. She hasn't been in Superstars, and yeah.
Superstars? Like the Mario Party?
Yeah, Mario Party Superstars.
Oh, I guess that was.
Or Jamboree. It's an ARM actually. So.
Eh.
I mean, she was. The fact that she was in a Mario Party game in general, kind of,
Yeah.
To be fair,
Well,
she was also in multiple, and that also does not include the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games, which she was in some of them, and
those are objectively not canon for either.
You can say, okay, hold on. You count Mario Kart canon, but you don't count Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games canon?
Yeah. Yeah, I exactly do
How?
that.
How do you not count that canon? Mario Kart is not.
I
Like, there's
think
no
that one's mostly
need
just
for
because
that
it's
to be
not canon on
canon.
the Sonic side of things.
Yes, that's fair.
Mario's canon is a lot more difficult to throw around, but on the Sonic side of things, it's just not canon.
Here's the funny thing about the canon of Mario and Sonic. Sonic cares. Mario doesn't give a fuck.
Mario will be throwing shit everywhere. Look at the new Donkey Kong game for reference. About how little they fucking care about the timeline.
Once
True.
again,
I'm convinced
I
that
believe it is just young ROSALINA, or not ROSALINA, Pauline, and that we're looking at a different Donkey Kong.
Val, my brain
Yeah,
cells are
yeah,
so
I'm like,
We're gonna find
yeah,
out.
I'm very confident that like the Donkey Kong in Bonanza is just Cranky Kong. Is just a Cranky Kong we know, or something like that. Because we know that like Kongs can like take the mantle of ones before them. So the fact that Cranky Kong is here doesn't really disprove anything. In fact, if anything, the fact that Diddy isn't here. Why did I have to word it like that? I just, you know, I'm just being myself.
We can't escape him.
Diddy Kong.
No.
Diddy Kong.
If
Just
it-
say
if
Diddy
it makes
Kong.
Diddy
Just say
Kong, Diddy Kong, Diddy Kong. The fact that Diddy Kong isn't there just like further cements it that like I just think it's a prequel. But who knows? Maybe I'll be entirely wrong.
Here is my question. We know that Rosalina can, you know, like help, quote unquote, restore it, the universe, the cosmology, and deal with it and know about it. But we know about Solaris being the one that will put that thing under. Does Rosalina have the attack potency on par of Solaris to deal that much damage?
Well, I don't know. I mean, are we counting Super Smash Brothers?
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly read this chat message from Zach. Val, my brain cells are slowly snapping from reality. Sonic, good luck with your taxes. CJ,
Thank
we've
you.
got more castles to crash. And number 4, I
Nice,
like your
you-
hat. My name is Violet.
Nice. Yeah, I love the Castle Crash every now and then. I love
Castle Crash is just really fun. We need to do that. One of these.
I have it on my Switch.
Tight shit. But yes, does Rosalina have the attack potency to take down Solaris? That is my question.
I believe so. I believe since she is stronger than Mario, she should reasonably upscale from all the things regular Mario has been able to do, such as beat Dreamstone Bowser and
Mario and Luigi did that.
Counter argument. Counter argument. Solaris is much stronger than Supersonic, who did like all the other shit. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm getting tired. Oh wait! I remember. I actually have a point. It took one well, it took two, but like, okay, it took 2 super forms to take out the Jeweled Scepter, who was gonna do the same shit that Solaris did, and Solaris, it took 3, and 3 is bigger than 2.
3 is...
Anyway, I guess we should get to who wins. Like, whoever wants who wins, you decide.
Well, to make my final point, really quickly.
Yo,
And
let's
to
make
answer
a
CJ
final.
question.
Well, y'all are gonna make a final verdict for your characters, and then then we'll see what happens, I guess.
Because I think Vi made their final point. To make mine, I do think that upscaling from the Dreamstone in particular, which is a big reason the Mario cosmology gets where it gets, and also just upscaling from all the general fucky wucky cosmology stuff from Mario, she would be strong enough to, if she is not stronger, she is definitely equal to Solaris.
All right. So, are we doing this death battle? Are we doing this old death battle cast style, where like we put a poll in chat and then we have like the 2 other people also make a say?
Is that how it goes in Death Battle Cast?
I'm putting a poll up to see who everyone thinks wins, and for right now, with the arguments presented, what do you Nate and CJ think?
Oh, and keep in mind, use the actual points stated here. Don't like make up your own shit. You don't want to hear it.
We do want to hear it. Actually, everybody. In fact, here's what we really want to hear. Okay?
Yeah.
You ready?
No, but go ahead.
Bubsy Gex. Bubsy Gex. Come on, everybody, join in.
Bubsy Gex.
Bubsy Gex.
Bubsy Gex.
Bubsy Gex. Bubsy Gex.
Skips immortal. Skips immortal.
Well, he's seen that one time.
Okay,
Okay, but anyways.
How do we get all 3 major running running matchup jokes here.
Genuinely, Nate, what do you don't do mine.
As much as I
Hey,
would
hey
love...
Val. Hey Val, I'm just
As-
saying, I'm down to read the Invincible comics.
Thank you, Taquito. But
Thank
what
you.
we really need is Lupin Sly.
Oh my god.
Hey, I
Valerie.
love Lupin the Third. I'm just saying, I love Lupin the Third.
Oh, me too. I am absolutely all for it.
Yeah.
That being said, Valerie,
Are you gonna
get
go?
to it. Get to it. Okay, but as much as I would love Star Mommy to win, no, she's getting her shit rocked.
Why is that?
Dude, insert points here. I don't know, man. Rosalina unfortunately does not have as much going for her, whereas MEPHILES has quite literally.
We broke Sonic the Hedgehog, guys.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
I'm broken. I don't know, man. Had a beam shoot through me back in 2006. I'm not feeling too good.
Dog, I'm just gonna go on and say it. This is only the second most complicated high cosmic shit that I've been on.
Although I do feel that I would love that. Just imagining he ends up killing her, and then she revives with the 1-up, and he's like, "I thought I killed you." Funniest line drop ever. What can I say? I die hard.
Really.
CJ, your thoughts?
So, I do think that there is a timeline where if it's MEPHILES by himself starting off, like MEPHILES like I guess it looks like maybe like MEPHILES in his crystal form, if anything. If it's MEPHILES and ROSALINA fighting like that at first, I feel like it's very, very possible that she can just take him out before he's able to become Solaris, if we do it like that. If we do it as him starting off in Solaris, I think it's a different story. But I did want to bring up, I do think it's very possible that she can beat him if he does not start off as Solaris. I feel like that's my personal verdict. I feel like once MEPHILES and Iblis become one again and become Solaris, I just feel like it's wraps at that point. I feel like Solaris has just better resistance to everything. Looking back at it, he can take his own attacks of destruction. We go to, remember when you use Silver in that fight, all you do is literally just like the fight is ass, by the way. I want to get that clear. That Solaris fight fucking sucks. But anyways, so you play as
I haven't
Silver.
gotten to it. Don't spoil it for me.
Shut up. Yes, you have. You're lying to me.
No, I mean like Nate has not gotten to it. Do not spoil it for me.
Dude, we just mentioned so many fucking spoilers.
Well, you might wanna.
To be honest, I was yawning and not paying attention. I'm tired. Okay. Saving the world from Eggman every day is not easy, and it's very tiring. And sometimes you just want a freaking break.
Okay, man. Okay, well, if that's the case, you might want to like just like local mute me or something. I'm going to be talking about the fight and what happens at it. So.
I want to sit down and enjoy a Med Burger. And you can't enjoy a freaking Med Burger.
I guess sometimes you gotta draw a line in the sand, man. You gotta ask yourself, what am I willing to put up?
I'm willing to put up with today.
Giving Sonic a
Obviously not
retroactive
this.
fucking mental breakdown was not on my bucket list.
If
But I'm
you
glad
are-
that it. But I wish it was, because that would have been
If
really
you-
funny.
If you have me muted now, Nate, do you have me muted? I'm gonna talk.
I
about it.
don't. I'll just
Probably
deal with the
don't.
spoilers. It's fine.
Are Are you sure? I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, Sonic 06 is a dumpster fire anyways.
Okay. Super Silver. How
Oh,
does
thank
he,
you, Taquito.
How does he manage in attacking Solaris? Well, he throws it right back at him because you gotta hover around a Silver and use his Psychokinesis as a Super Silver and throw his own attacks right back at him. And basically, for the most part, he can kind of take it. Of course, with the brunt force that he's dealing with Sonic, Super Shadow, and Super Silver in 3 different timelines at the exact same time, it's gonna take a toll on him because that's how it goes. But he's basically able to take his own attack potency and deal with it. And I know Val, you gave your points as to how you think that she can be more powerful than him. I just don't know if there is a timeline where she gets past like just him being able to do anything like that. If he can destroy the universe and everything in it and doesn't have a super clear-cut way besides like gambling on certain Lumas that are way weaker than her, as well as or using like double cherries that will go pop in one hit, I don't know if there's like a clear-cut way for her to deal with them.
And I guess this is where we also talk, and with that, we can now look at the YouTube poll and end it. And with an astonishing 89% of people, MEPHILES wins.
Let's go. I won with a character that isn't Dimitri from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Let's go.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I've been on like other like versus debating podcasts. I've been on like 3 others. This is the only one that I've won that wasn't with Dimitri from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Well, I would assume so, because we're not talking about Dimitri from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Truly. The only other character I've done is the Toy Maker.
Anyways, I think Rosalina loses to regular MEPHILES because he can blind her. She'll be stupid and stand there, and then he'll go.
To bring up this really awesome point. Fucking hold on, I gotta scroll back in chat to see who said it. Fuck, where are they? Okay. Somebody said Rosalina wins because I like them more. So that's my counterpoint.
You cut out the entirety of the actual point. You want to say it again?
God damn it. I was just gonna say, somebody in the comment section, I forget who, I'm trying to scroll up. Oh, Caleb Lumpkin said, Rosalina wins because I like her more.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Rosalina wins because I like her more.
You know what? She is hotter, so I'll give her that.
Yeah, to be fair, she is much more likable than Memphis, Tennessee.
But is
True.
her voice Dan Green?
Is her voice? That is a valid point. Dan Green does surpass all.
I know he's voiced by Robbie Raymond now, which I don't mind. I actually kind of like the way Robbie sounded as him, but you can't beat Dan.
I kind of just wish it was a lower pitch.
Yeah.
That's true.
Make it a higher pitch.
I will defeat you and restore myself. That's just baby Vegeta. What the hell?
Oh my fucking... I think it's funny because somebody suggested that.
I will defeat you and restore myself to the timeline. Oh, that's the Lucian dub Vegeta.
Good luck with that one, Jeets.
Wild.
Memphis is also a horrible place to live in. I wouldn't know. I don't live there.
Fun fact, when I was like thinking about going over MEPHILES' origin, it came to me as soon as it was my turn to just open up a tab and just look up the history of Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah. But it would have just taken too long, so I just stuck with the original plan.
Memphis is also a horrible place to live.
Yeah, I will. As you were opening up from MEPHILES, my eyes looked at the summary from MEPHILES, and it was like, what's going on here?
Dog, I have not played Sonic 06.
I know.
The only reason why I agreed to debate for MEPHILES was because I really, 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 really like his boss fight in Shadow Generations. And I think he was done so coolly.
Now, I want to, for anyone who is still here
Well-
watching this, I want to bring it up. How did you feel about the?
Oh,
Okay, well, so
goodbye.
the narrator said, "Fuck y'all." By the
Bye.
way, I'm just kidding. No, he didn't.
No, he loves you
But-
all. He's got to. Oh,
he
he
just
said
has
he
to
had to go. Yeah, that makes
He
sense.
has an abrupt leave, but we love him and we'll talk to
We
him later.
appreciate him, and we hope the best.
But anyways, so I want to make it clear that this entire stream, like about talking about MEPHILES and ROSALINA, while the concept and talking about it was planned, we apparently I say we, but mainly Violet and Valerie because they're irresponsible, didn't get to actually making like, their points and writing them down and all that. This is like strictly off of quote unquote memory and for the most part versus wiki, I suppose. Do you want us to actually, would you prefer us to make streams and actually plan and write down stuff in docs before we do them, or do you like the scuffness
Fuck it,
of
we
this
ball. Let's do this. Sort of.
do you want
listen.
actual plans and thought out points, or do you like dealing with fuck it we ball like cash
I mean,
streams?
I feel like we did get some pretty interesting debates there, especially with the whole their I can't speak. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we get it, but I
This
just like
fight.
I like
this was
to-
the most complicated fight to forget to write down shit for. A mix of
Yeah,
both.
it's
Yeah,
like-
You think this one was complicated? Fucking, I mentioned it 2 times already, but goddamn, Q versus the Toymaker was one of the biggest headaches I've ever had with anything ever.
to be fair, that's Q versus the Toymaker, but
See, like I just like I like to take in best interest of the people. So if they enjoy the scuffness, we can keep going with it. But if they want like genuine like thought out stuff before we actually go with it, I would like to go with that. But I see Jade Taquito is like a mix of both would be fine. Caleb Lumpkin is enjoying the scuffness, and so is Cypher Ultra King Sonic, I would assume.
figure it out.
When next time we do this, it'll probably be the same then. If y'all are fine with that, if y'all fine with the scuffness,
Wait, Valerie,
we'll
I have an
we'll
idea
make
how
our
to make
points,
this
obviously,
official.
but-
How to?
I had an idea of how to make this official. Okay, create a poll, title it "How should we do this?"
Shit,
Put
wait,
one of the
you're-
options. Put one of the options as a nerd emoji, and the other one as "fuck it, we ball."
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. So okay, I get. Are you putting a poll up then for it, Val? Okay, make the thought out one the nerd emoji like Violet said, but make the fuck it we ball emoji just fire, because of course.
No. Okay, better idea. Have it be the fire emoji, then "fuck it, we ball."
Nerd thought out, and then fire. Fuck it.
Fuck it, we ball.
But yeah, I guess we'll put up.
Or
a
wait,
second poll.
better idea.
Hey.
Fuck it, we ball emoji.
Oh my god, you're right.
But yeah, I didn't know if we wanted to do another poll so soon as we just did the other one, but yeah.
I
Give
was
it,
like mainly joking,
give
but
it,
if
like,
y'all want to
3
do it, go
minutes
ahead.
for the poll. Give it like 3 minutes for the poll, and we'll see what happens. I guess.
I started the poll. Thought out. Can we ball?
Fuck it, we ball.
I can't do it, but it's so hard to see. It's so hard when it goes over. Oh, I can just.
That was so.
Can
I
I-
just watched as it became 100. I just it is 100% fucking we ball. Okay.
For ball.
Hey, better for me. I hate writing down stuff. Well, I like it. I like it. I like it, but I hate
I
it.
am now going to bring up this thing before we end stream.
You want to close the poll first, or?
I'll close the poll as we're ending stream, but
Okay. fair enough.
for everyone, what would be what is a debate you would all be interested in seeing, especially for this for after hours?
More importantly, is it one that I can be a part of? Because I love being a part of versus debating podcasts. It's so fun to me. It's way funnier than just arguing with random people.
I think it
Alright.
should depend on the episode coming up. Bubsy Gex. Val versus CJ.
It's all crazy.
Rewrite. I liked Kanito Pet, so I'd be down for that.
I could
I don't-
argue for Rewrite. I like Rewrite.
Well, there you go. Next one of these.
All right.
Well-
I'm guessing we're balling. Is that the verdict we're going with?
Well, considering
Yeah.
for the fact that the 100% of people say, yeah, fuck it, we ball. Yeah.
Well, I can't see the 100%. I'm just a regular viewer.
Yeah. Well,
But with
You don't
that
have me as
being-
moderator on this channel, funnily enough.
Steve specifically movie versus Mari.
24 movie.
Chicken jockey.
God damn it! God damn it! CJ also has PTSD from Mario.
From what?
Oh, Mario the
Oh, shit,
2024.
sorry.
Oh,
Mari.
the Mario movie.
Mari. That would also be really fun. I'm really down to do Mario movie Steve.
I'd be down for that as well. I want to rewatch the Mario movie. I don't want to rewatch the Minecraft movie, but I'm still down to debate for either.
Solaris. I like how for the most part, the debate went to Solaris wins or MEPHILES wins because Solaris go burr.
Honestly, I was not expecting to win even with Solaris. So you know
Also,
what?
I'd be
I'm
so
good.
down for. I know about Kanita Pet. I don't know much about it, but I'm so down for rewrite any rewrite thing.
I have no clue what rewrite is, but I do
It's,
know what a Kanito Pet is.
EXE, haha, Sonic.exe thing, yippee.
Oh.
And is my favorite thing for Sonic.exe because he's a silly little guy and he's super funny.
All right.
But
I am Steve, said Nate.
Did I throw my hat in the ring for one?
yeah, go
what?
ahead.
I think I brought it up as like a matchup to you, but I would absolutely adore the chance to debate for a Medaka Box character. And I know that you know about Ray Zero. So I think Medaka versus Regulus, am I saying his name right? I think that one would be really interesting.
Ooh.
I have only watched 10 episodes of ReZero, unfortunately.
See,
He's
even
in the-
better. CJ would go completely blind.
Yeah, I'd love to like educate people on Medaka Box scaling. I love Medaka Box. No, not for like some obvious reasons, because I've actually read it and it's really good. And what's funny about that matchup, because it's literally just their power sets is a wall of text.
One
So,
of
yeah.
each Pokemon versus a billion lions.
God damn it! I was waiting for it. I got a
Shut
better
up.
one. The lions from A Billion Lions versus versus the gorilla from A Gorilla versus 100.
What's it? Dude, we've tortured the gorilla enough. We've done it enough. We've done it enough.
Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. You all have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Night at this
everyone.
point. I guess it does depend on the time zone, but right now it's nighttime for me. Anyway, have a good day / night /
Bye-bye.
anything.
Slash
Bye or something.
time.
Chess
of
versus checkers. Yes. Chess versus checkers. Yes.
Oh shoot. Sorry versus Connect 4.
life.